First and foremost, we want to give our praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash.
Double honor to the elders and the apostles of great mercy that surely do well. Salutation to each and every one of the Akim that push this without the sincerity and truth. That's some of our brothers from Jana Trinidad, right? Brother Lamar here.
Yaquam.
Awad.
Quada.
Right, coming to the video through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Right, the title of this video is Yes, you are going into slavery, right? Because a lot of you Edomites, alright, you know, you thinking that you're not gonna get punished for what you did to the Negroes, the Latinos and the natives, bringing them here in slavery by lynching them, doing all manner of cruelty unto them, alright, thinking that salvation is for everybody, right? Was watching a video with some brothers there in one of the camps in the United States, and an Edomite was saying, you know, why would God make everybody and offer the promise of salvation to everybody, right?
Something like that.
Go ahead.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 15. It says, that which had been is now, and that which is to be had already been, and power require that which is past.
And the Most High require you know what you did unto his people, alright? That wickedness that you had done unto them. Right? Somebody get just let me just bring this piece up real quick. This is the book of Zechariah 7 2 verse 8. Right? It says I'll start off with 7. Deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwellest with the daughter of Babylon. Right? Which the daughter of Babylon is you Edomites, because of the confusion that you people spread. Right? For thus said the Lord of hosts, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoil you. For he that toucheth you, toucheth the apple of his eyes. Alright? So the Most High require the things that he pass. You people not going to go through. Alright? That's all, man.
This is Revelation 15 and 9. It says, if any man have an ear to hear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Right, so he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Then you people went on the western coast of Africa, right, and gathered the children of Israel, or what you would call the so-called Africans from the western coast of Africa on the transatlantic slave trade and bring them over here. Alright, didn't you lead them into captivity? Didn't you sell them off on the auction blocks? Didn't you separate families? Alright, didn't you murder the children of Israel? Alright, you're still doing it up to this day. So you think that what? The Most High will come to save everybody? Scripture says salvation is of the Jews. Alright, go ahead.
Reading on, it says, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
Yeah, and you're still doing it this day, right? You shooting down the Negroes, Latinos and natives. You're spreading your poisons, right? Putting fluoride in the water, all these kind of things. You're crafty counsel to get rid of these people, and the Most High will not require this from your hands. Alright?
Have a next one for you there.
Go ahead.
This is Baruch 4 and verse 33. It says, for as she rejoiced at thy ruin, and was glad of thy fall, so shall she be grieved for her own desolation. For I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride shall be turned into mourning.
Yeah, so you rejoice in the multitude of the nations, right? Right about now, you're there in America, which is our capital, you know, rejoicing at the beauty of your state, but the Most High will not make you desolate. Alright, you get rich off of the backs of the Negroes, Latinos and natives. They build America. Alright, but the Most High will not bring desolation upon you. Right, don't you build, the Most High will not show down. Go ahead.
Reading on, it says, for fire shall come upon her.
Right, and how would that fire coming in the form of ICBM nuclear missiles? Right, as the Russians sing, you know, America will not go up in smoke, make it a lake of fire. Go ahead.
Right, for fire shall come upon her from the everlasting, long to endure, and she shall be inhabited of devils for a great time.
Right, so no longer will you will men rejoice in America, and the Most High will not cut off you Edomites from being a people, but first you have to go into slavery. You know, that anything else?
This is Jeremiah chapter 25, verse 14. For many nations and great kings shall serve themselves of them also, and I will recompense them according to their deeds and according to the works of their own hands. For thus saith Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, the God of Israel, unto me, take the wine cup of this fury at my hand, and cause all the nations whom I send you to drink, and they shall drink and be moved and be mad because of the sword I will send among them. And the Lord said many kings and nations and serve themselves, because many kings and nations, had part in our, bringing down, prospering up our backs. All right, they had part in oppressing us, as the scripture said. He was very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease, because they helped further the affliction. So all the things, I think is somebody could read Obadiah verse 15.
This is Obadiah 15. It says, for the day of Yahweh is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee.
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. So as you led us into captivity, it's going to be done upon your own head.
That's right.
Right? Good.
Read it on.
Yeah, come. Right, so yeah, you say you have something else?
This is Jeremiah chapter 49 and verse 10. It says, but I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself.
Yes, so everything that you have done into secret, basically it's being revealed, all the wickedness and atrocities that you have done to mainly the children of Israel and to all to these other nations. Right? It is being known that by scripture in Obadiah 1 said they have heard a rumor from the Most High, that all these nations going and arise against you. So the Most High making you bear, and plus the scripture say your tongue shall tell on itself. But
it says, and he shall not be able to hide himself, his seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not.
And he is not, because guess what? The time when I come after that 1,000 years of slavery, alright, we're going to be utterly destroyed off of the face of the earth. Alright? We don't tell people's story, yeah.
Verse 11 says, leave thy fatherless children, I will preserve them alive, and let thy widows trust in me.
Yeah, that's speaking about the children of Israel.
It says, for thus said Yahweh power, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken.
And was that cup the punishment of the Most High, right? Which goes back to slavery and the curses. But the Most High said in Deuteronomy 30 and 7 that he will and turn these curses on the nations that hate us. Right, go ahead.
And thou art he that shall altogether, and art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it.
Yes, so nobody ain't coming to save you. No Jesus Christ ain't coming to save you. No Allah ain't coming to save you. Alright, the scripture said though he sought for repentance.
We saw the careful with yours.
Yes, it can, right? Hey, no place of repentance or some form for you. So nobody ain't coming to save you. This book, even though you yourself part of your history inside of this book was it is salvation for everybody. And it has certain Bibles that teaches, right, in the little heading basically going to break down about the book. It shows in one of the Bibles that the only nation that the Most High never promised salvation is you Edomites. And you people know that you're going to be destroyed. Right? Because what? You never take into consideration what you was doing. Is that scripture is made a snare for
Jeremiah 23.
Come.
Jeremiah 23. Somewhere.
You read.
This is Isaiah chapter 24, verse 21. And it shall come to pass in that day that Yahweh Hashem Yahshai shall punish the hosts of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth, and they shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit, and shall put them in prison, and after many days they shall be visited.
Hey, you're not talking about you Edomites right now. You're high and lofty. You banking families. You Rothschilds. You on high. You people don't need ID cards, birth certificates, or so forth. But the Most High say He gonna punish you. Though you setting us as the stars are as the eagles or the stars are heaven, the Most High gonna bring it up. You gonna lick the dust off of the Negroes, Latinos, and it is feet, the people that you had in disregard. You know? You gonna lick the dust off your feet and gonna shove the foot down your throat.
Done.
You know?
If Esau is wicked, the scripture talk about the Most High saying you have no pleasure in wickedness.
Can't.
You know, so you gotta get rid of that.
That's right.
That was set up for a purpose, and the purpose done, finish, and go on. You know what I'm saying?
It's the book of Isaiah 34, verse 6 to 8. It says, the sword of Yahweh is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, and with fat of kidneys of rams. For Yahweh had a sacrifice in Bozrah, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. And the unicorn shall come down with them, and the bullocks, and with the bulls, and their land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness. For it is the day of Yahweh's vengeance, and the year of recompense for the controversy of time.
Yes, so the Most High say what is the year of recompense. That is the time you're gonna pay all it back. But guess what? All they living it up nice right now. All the big Benz and thing, it have you Edomites to make flying cars, you know. All they living up that lifestyle, all they know the kingdom, but the scripture say that He gonna bring down the Most High ones.
So,
How thou fallen, O Lucifer, from heaven? Right.
this is Isaiah chapter 17, verse 11. In the day shalt thou make thy plant to grow, and in the morning thou shalt make thy seed to flourish, but the harvest shall be a heap in the day of grief and of desperate sorrow. So as I said, you know, they're living up life right now, so they're planting, you know, they're having all the increase, but guess what? Or they're doing things to get for the increase to come. Like the scripture says, when he's in the fullness of his sufficiency, you know, you're making all the preparations for your 2020 vision, for your new world order. But when you're gonna, you know, reap the benefits of it, then sudden destruction is gonna come, and they're not gonna escape.
This is Revelation chapter 18 and verse 16. It says, and saying, alas, alas, the great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. For in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the company of ships and sailors, and as many as trade by sea, stood afar off, and cried when they saw the smoke of a burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? And they cast dust on their heads, and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, the great city wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of the costliness, for in 1 hour she is made desolate. Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for Yahweh power hath avenged you on her.
So in 1 hour the Most High will not get rid of all your people, your power structure, you know, which is America. You know, the scripture says rejoice so heaven, which goes back to the children of Israel, you know, and the apostles. And who the apostles came out from the children of Israel? No Edomite is an apostle. No Elamite is an apostle. You know, you people don't have salvation with the Jews.
Hey, no woman is an apostle.
Can't. You people was not sent. You know, most Yahushua sent the 12, right? And who he sent the 12 to the children of Israel. You know, our precept here, this is Jeremiah 50 and verse 33. thus saith Yahweh Shem Yahushai of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives, held them fast, and they refused to let them go. Right? That is why the scripture say, you'll be found in your hands. You know? And hey, the Lord will not do some utter destruction. You know?
Alright, this is just to show that the nation of Esau spoiled Israel. Right? This is 2nd Ezra 10, I read from 21. It says, "For thou seest that our sanctuary is laid waste, our altar broken down, our temple destroyed, our flattery is laid on the ground." Right? Our song is put to silence, our rejoicing is at an end. The light of our candlestick is put out, the ark of our covenant is spoiled. Our holy things are defiled, and our name and the name that is called upon us is almost profane. Our children are put to shame, our priests are burnt, our Levites are gone into captivity, our virgins are defiled, and our wives ravished.
Why? Because our virgins are defiled because a lot of you had them as bed wenches. The brother was now talking about the by Uncle Top cabin. You know? That is always our women and all, you know, you defile them, you had them as bed wench. Even though 2/3 of these women they're just harlots. You know? Go ahead.
Reading on, it says, "The name that is called upon us is almost profane, our children are put to shame, our priests are burnt, our Levites are gone into captivity, our virgins are defiled, our wives ravished, our righteous men carried away, our little ones are destroyed, our young men are brought in bondage, and our strong men are become weak. And which is the greatest of all? The seal of Zion had now lost her honor, for she is delivered into the hands of them that hate us."
Come. This is First Ezra chapter 4, verse 44 and 45. "And to send away all the vessels that were taken away out of Jerusalem, which Cyrus set apart when he vowed to destroy Babylon, and to send them again thither. Thou hast also vowed to build up the temple which the Edomites burned with Judah, was made desolate by the Chaldees." Right? So that's showing you that you Edomites, when you want that destroy the temple, and that temple was for the name of the Lord. You know, so you disrespected the heavenly power by destroying his temple, destroying the people that the city that is called by his name. And you really think that you people go in and get away with it and live amongst the children of Israel? GOCC, you people really writing a goddamn head. You think the Most High is that king going and take disrespect? Yahweh Shem Yahushai not going and take disrespect. Probably Yahweh, but not Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
That's right.
You know? You people mad. The scripture saying Amos 1 and 11, for 3 transgressions and for 4, the Most High not going and turn away the punishment of these Edomites. You people speaking heresies. Right? When the scripture talk about going into all the world and preaching this scripture to every living preacher, you're going to preach to a house. A house is a created, a house is something that was created, a big stone is something that was created, a tree is something that was created. You're going to tell all of that the salvation is for them. You don't fucking think. You don't think. So that?
Does it make sense?
Imagine Israel get punished for going off, and then come and destroy the nation of Israel, and then getting a free pass.
That's not just.
Isaiah 46 and 13. It says, "I bring near my salvation, I bring near my righteousness, it shall not be afar off, and my salvation shall not tarry, and I will place salvation in Zion for Israel, my glory."
Woo! Place salvation in Zion for Israel, my glory. These are the people who Yahweh Shem Yahushai will have saved, not you Edomites, not you going into captivity. You are going into captivity. Prepare yourself. Start about from one now. You know, maybe you might have some mercy, but the scripture say, "I'll have judgment without mercy for the merciless." You know, anybody have anything else?
This is Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 23. "Truly in vain is salvation hoped for from the hills, and from the multitude of the mountains. Truly in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is the salvation of Israel."
Can the ones who on high. Vain salvation is hoped for from by you all and for you all. right? But salvation is in Yahweh Hashem Yahshai, the God of Abraham, God of Isaac, the God of Jacob, and the 12 tribes of the house of Israel.
Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 21 says, Rejoice and be glad, O daughters of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. And the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughters of Zion. He will no more carry thee away in captivity. He will visit thy iniquity, O daughters of Edom. He will discover thy sins.
And it is being discovered. So it's just for the Lord to come back. Hurry up and push your if I reach it. Do your worst, you know. And hey, salvation is for the 1/3 of the outside Israel. You know?
It's Isaiah 60:11. Behold, Yahweh Hashem Yahshad proclaim unto the end of the world. Say ye to the daughter of Zion.
Say to the daughter of Zion. Well,
Behold, thy salvation cometh. Behold, his reward is with him, and his work before him. Now his work before him, his workmen. Right? And they shall call them the holy people, the redeemed of Yahweh, and thou shalt be called sought out, a city not forsaken.
city not forsaken, so the city is actually people. Because without the people in a city, that whole place dead. It's just dead. So the city is actually people. You know?
Psalms 137 verse 7. It says, Remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom, in the day of Jerusalem.
You hear how much time all they name calling? We saw it in the so-called white man, and all they know to all themselves when they look in the mirror, all they blasted the red, all they white, the red. But
daughters of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, who are to be destroyed,
who are to be destroyed, not saved, not having mercy. The scripture say that all your iniquity has reached to the heavens. You know, it is infinite. All you have no salvation. Hey, we could put one a little that if we wake up early in the morning, as Agnes say, I wake up when today is Wednesday, 8 o'clock, and try to put it to death. Because all they done everything and ain't get in touch. All they don't even have to sin against me in the kingdom, all they done sin already, so all they just gonna get touch up. Right? As we just say in China, touch up.
It says, Happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us.
Yes, so all they served us with slavery, and with that, you went and put the same thing on the plate, slavery and that. Right?
Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stone.
Yeah, I don't see very time all they come out from between all them one leg. Bam! From them one leg.
They didn't allow the Native Americans to come out and cut them out the belly. Yeah, more.
I want it.
We just have to.
This is Joel 3:5. It says, Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things, the children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem ye have sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border. Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head.
Like slavery. The scripture say Revelation 18:6. And that is the spirit, because you understand, because you wanted to do all the same topic. So that is the spirit you're coming out. Lord gonna give you double. Understand? Lord gonna give you double. It's written. So let it be written, so let it be done. Understand? But
And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah. And they shall sell them to the Sabian, to a people far off. For Yahweh Bashem Yahushai hath spoken it.
And the scripture said, Great shall be the day of Jezreel. I have one here. You have anything? Alright. It says Numbers 23, verse 9. For from the top of the rocks I see him, and from the hills I behold him. Lo, the people shall dwell alone. Wow. So guess what? the other nations ain't gonna be partakers of our salvation, of our glory, and of our kingdom. That's for
Right.
us.
That's right.
Alright? The scripture said, not me to give the children bread unto dogs.
Hmm.
And thou shalt not be reckoned and shall not be reckoned among the nations. Right? Who can count the dust of Jacob and the number of the fourth part of Israel? Let me die the death of the righteous, and let my last end be like his. So even Balaam wanted to be like Israel. He saw from the beginning what will be the end of Israel. You understand? And guess what? The end of Israel is glory.
That's right.
The salvation of Israel gonna be glorious. The enslavement of Esau gonna be wonderful.
That's right.
You understand? The days coming is what we're looking forward to, and the days coming is when you people don't, when you try all manner of ways to offset the prophecies. But guess what? You can't do nothing against the Most High. You can't do nothing against the truth, but for the truth. You actually bringing the prophecies to pass by trying to offset the prophecies.
That's right. Can.
That's something, eh?
Yeah, you better hold up.
This is Psalms 102 and Psalm 13. It says, Thou shalt arise and have mercy upon Zion, for the time to favor her, yea, the set time is come.
Set time is come. But the scripture said, this is the day that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua has made. This is the day. Alright, there is the time. The scripture said in thy days. Yes, and the set time. Thy time is set. Son, the time is come, brother.
Sirach chapter 21 and verse 3 says, all iniquity,
I'm automatic though.
all iniquity is as a two-edged sword. The wounds thereof cannot be healed. To terrify and do wrong will waste riches. Thus the house of the proud man shall be made desolate. The house of the proud man, who will be proud and the earth will so.
O thou most proud.
Or the most proud. Right? So the outcome of the so-called white race will be desolate with destruction.
Right. This is Ezekiel 35. It says, Moreover, the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it, and say unto it, Thus saith Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel.
Children of Israel, shed blood of the children of Israel. And Lord, he will make the house desolate. Well,
By the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, and in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee.
In the scripture say, and if they say we shall not drink, thou shalt surely drink of it.
Yeah.
That is when they say, now we're going into slavery, you offset these prophecies. Moses said, hey, you'll drink of it, even the dregs.
Yeah.
I got this way, that is said from a video.
You understand?
So,
Alright, reading on, it says, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast hated blood,
Thou hast not hated blood.
Salakia, since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
yeah, the so-called white man, he like to see blood. He like to see blood.
If not sin like that, you know.
And it shall be over, and
Shall be over.
and thy dominion shall be over you. Understand? So Sylvan set Satan, set thou wicked man, let Satan at his right hand. Understand? So Esau is the man of sin, you see wicked, you scourge on the earth. Understand? The people who the most had in the nation towards forever. The Lord made you just to be destroyed. Wow, what a shame.
What a shame.
Good beasts
Awesome, yeah.
just to be destroyed.
God, this is
That is to show how expendable you are. The Most High made you just to be destroyed.
I like real damage.
the Psalms 73 verse 6 to
Like the movie The Expendables. Hey, Esau is the real expendable. You understand? Most High made you just to punish us, then to get rid of you.
God.
Yeah.
Significant.
Now what you say, less than nothing.
Yeah,
Less than
like
nothing. Less than nothing.
like a job for that, that's it.
Yeah, fucking toilet paper.
Yeah.
In Psalm 73 verse 6 on down, I'm jumping. Right? Therefore pride compasses them about as a chain. Violence covered them as a garment. Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than heart can wish. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak lawfully. They set their mouth against the heavens. You know, there's no God. And if there's a God, it's we. Who could take down America? You know?
The scripture say we would have healed Babylon, but she's not healed.
Damn.
Yeah, you think you're gonna make America great again, but guess what? It's not gonna be great.
With desolation. And their tongue walketh through the earth. Therefore his people return hither, and waters of a full cup are wrung out to them. And they say, how doth the Most High Yahweh know? And is there knowledge in the Most High? Behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world, they increase in riches. Jumping down to
Hey, and
verse
there's some
7.
riches to show how these nations proud. Now I saw a picture where Putin was saying when an African becomes rich, he go to Europe for education, he go to France for medication, he go to America for tourism. Basically, like anything that he need, he goes outside of Africa. He says when an Africa wants to die, he goes home to America, goes home to Africa to be buried. He says Africa is a graveyard for Africans. Who would want to go to Africa? But guess what? All the nations that he called out, they have nothing there. So why you want to go in other places to reap their benefits? You're always in somebody other country taking the oil, taking the opium, taking the diamonds, taking the gold. Because why? Because everything that you touch that you will harbinger of death. You will harbinger of death. You destroy your land. You understand? But you're proud. You understand? You're proud to speak against other nations. When you are the scourge of the whole earth, and the Lord gonna bring you down.
That's right. Like a cover and then a tree that drive after the moon.
You understand?
Verse 16 and 17 on. It says, when I thought to know this, it was too painful for me until I went into the sanctuary of the Most High Yahweh Shem Yashai, then understood I their end. Surely thou didst set them in slippery places. Thou castedst them down in destruction. How are they brought into desolation, as in a moment they are utterly consumed with terrors, as a dream when one awaketh. So, O Lord, when thou awakest, thou shalt despise their image. You understand? So only is on A. Because when you read further up into Psalm 73, it says that you are envious of the wicked. Right? At some point in time when we was young, the image that the so-called white man portray himself to be, you know, some of us actually wish, you know, we was living that life. You can get up in the morning, eat breakfast, thing, you know, drive the cars they drive, live the kind of life they live in a sense, you know. But then when growing a little older, we see how wicked it is. We watch slave movies, we watch all these kind of things, and what, like these people prospering and it is wickedness. Until what? We come to the knowledge of the truth. Then we understood. Cancel that?
The scripture says envious of the wicked.
Yeah, can. And then what we understand, these people have it all for them, you know? These people have it all for them. The Most High Yahweh Shem Yashai will destroy these Edomites. Nothing, not what we don't say there. What they gonna do? What they gonna do when Yahweh Shem Yashai come before you?
That's what I'm here for you.
Good.
It says Proverbs 3 and 31, envy not thou the oppressor, choose none of his ways.
None of his ways. So we not supposed to be wanting to be like you, right? We're supposed to want to desire to be like our forefathers before us, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and like Yahweh, the true image of the living power.
That's right.
Yeah, anything else? Right. Let me just bring this out. This is Psalms 49. I'll start at verse 4. I will incline my ear to a parable. I will open my dark saying upon the harp. Wherefore should I fear in the days of evil, when the iniquity of my youth shall compass me about? They that trust in their wealth and boast themselves in the multitude of their riches, none of them can by any means redeem his brother, nor give to the Most High Yahweh Shem Yashai a ransom for him. For the redemption of their soul is precious, and it ceaseth forever. Right? So the Most High have it all for you Edomites. That is why he even said in Amos, he said, the Most High going to punish Moab for burning all them because the Most High is going to go and get touch all them. The Most High won't all them.
And that come out to you too.
Serious? Yeah.
This is Exodus 21:16. And he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he shall be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death. And the Lord cometh and findeth the nation of Israel in the hands of Esau. Wow.
Okay. Alright, and hey, with that we hope you guys edifying towards you, hopefully like prepare for slavery, so that we want to give our praises on and glory to
Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kodash.
Double honors to the elders and the apostles of great will soon and surely do well. Sanctification to the kingdom of Christians so that they in sincerity and truth.
Shalom.